Hello everybody, welcome to this new Nifty recipe. I am MightyNifty and today we are making spinach and crab stuffed tilapia. And this is going to be the Killer Croc recipe for the Batman Arkham Origins 8 spinach recipe review because, well, it's the only one with seafood in it. He's a crocodile, that's close enough, right? Alright, anyway, let's get started. Alright, so to start off, you're going to want to put about a package worth of imitation crab meat into your food processor. You can use fresh crab or canned crab if you like, but this is actually my mom's recipe and she uses imitation crab. I love my mom, so I'm going to use imitation crab too. And then once you got that in there, you can take your spinach, which is already cooked, and drop that in. You can see the full spinach recipe right here. And once your crab and spinach are in, you're going to want to dump in about a half a cup of breadcrumbs. To be honest, my mom does usually use Ritz crackers, but these are a bit lower calorie, so I figured they'd be nice. Then you want to add just a little bit of salt, some black pepper, some garlic that has been peeled, and you can lightly chop it if you like. And then you want to round it up with some dill. Once you have all those spices in there, all you gotta do is pop the lid on, and you want to start by giving it a couple pulses just to get it a little bit mixed, and then you can really start to just let it go until it looks a little bit like this. And it should look a little bit like a powder when you open the top, but when you squeeze it, what'll happen is it'll form a solid ball. It should congeal together when you squeeze it in your hands, and that's how you know that it is ready. What's great about this the way it is right now is that it's actually edible. There's no egg or anything to bind it in here, so what you can do is you can give it a little taste and see what else it needs. I decided that mine needed a little bit of paprika, so I threw just a little bit of that in there, gave it another quick mix, and I thought it was good to go. And what you can do with this is you can use it to stuff mushrooms, you could use it to stuff a whole bunch of things. It's a great seafood stuffing, and it'll stay in the fridge for at least a week. But today we are going to be using it to stuff this tilapia. Now normally I would say get flounder, but I had tilapia on hand, so I figured, hey, why not? Now if we could just take a look at this here, you'll see there is a flat shiny side and a more ribbed side for her pleasure. Sorry. But yeah, what we want to do is we want to stuff against the flat side because it'll make it easier to roll smooth. Now tilapia is probably going to be one of the most difficult whitefish. I mean, you could technically use any whitefish that you want. Flounder I would think is the easiest, but this is how we're going to roll it, just like that. And so I'm just going to press it down a little bit, and it does have that hair kind of thing in the middle of it, which could make it a bit more difficult, but we're gonna still work with that. It should be fine. Again, flounder, easier. I only had tilapia. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take a decent sized chunk of our stuffing and we're going to crush that in our hands. And what you want to do is you want to keep crushing it over and over again until it's about the size that you want for the fish. Now the good news is that your hand should be about roughly as wide as that fillet of tilapia is. If not, you can shape it however you want. You can try this multiple times. If you don't get it right the first time, it should be fine. So we're going to lay that down on our tilapia, and we're just going to take the back end of it and we're going to fold it over and just slowly roll while tucking the bottom part in, and make sure it stays nice and tight until it is completely sealed. And you want to make absolutely sure that these two parts come together, and then you will be all set with a beautiful, ready to bake roll of tilapia with that delicious stuffing inside. Lastly, you're going to want to take your rolled up flounder and you're going to want to put it into an oiled little baking pan here, and then I just like to dust them with a little bit of paprika. This just gives it a little bit more of a smoky flavor on top, and the paprika is going to get a little bit darker in the oven, which you will now throw this into at 325 degrees for 20 minutes. And when they come out, they should look like this. My God, Fantastic. Yes, delicious. Still don't know how to compliment my own food, but I will say this, those were delicious. If you want to see more recipes like this or any of the other Batman recipes, you can check out the Nifty recipe playlist on my channel. If you want to see more recipes, you can subscribe. But for now, all I want to say to you guys is, have a mighty nifty day today.